that are happening. And then the other thing is we had an opportunity for them to sit down, have a fireside chat with our junior golfers. And that was really good. They were asking them simple questions. I mean, 2 hours seated, whole little masterclass, because you're doing that knowledge exchange. It's part of our sustainability perspective. But yesterday was good to see the pros play with all of us who could have been on the course, and people enjoyed it. They were challenged. They were happy, good moments, and very, very excited that it ended well. But above all, it doesn't only end there. We have the Beat the Pro, which is on Saturday with the junior golfers.
Yeah,
so you can imagine how they'll be beating the pros. So again, good interaction with the pros.
So for Pro-Am, just yesterday, to beat the pros on Saturday, the amateurs get their chance, and now the juniors, and we'll come back to that conversation because junior golfers are a big deal in this country as we're trying to build a future base for that.
Yes.
It'll be very interesting to hear. But you said Pro-Am, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, oh yeah, every Pro-Am, all the usual, Magical Kenya Open. Now the only difference could seemingly be we're off to Karen. But in order to keep MKO as magical as it has always been, there's always something refreshingly new every year. So what's different this year?
So what's different this year? Oh, there are many things that are different. So first of all, we had our bigger banter across demystifying golf.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is also, and seeing it from yesterday and even before, how we have different people who are interested and wanting to know. We have a different effect about this time. Our theme is we are open to all, you know, and that means really all. I mean, from the juniors, the aspirers, your celebrities who want to come and look golfy and pose by the, you know, the Ting Off area.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of activities. And better still is we've gone really big on our ESG, the sustainability angle, what we're doing. We have the community. We always identify, like last time when we were at Muthaiga, we were with Muthaiga Primary. This year we are with St. Mary's, Karen. And it's a community that we serve. The community that we serve is the school. So you won't find it the same like how we found it. Of course, our partners, Hermosa, who are one of the best paint companies in the region, are actually painting up the school and leaving it better. We have got different partners across who are coming in to leave desks. Today we will be having a mentorship and a tree planting session that will be at the school for the players who come to interact with the students. So not only are they using it as, you know, a driving range, but then they come in and you can imagine how their dreams are valid. So a little child there might say a story many years to come that one time these people came and I was inspired. So we have that is happening. Then we are not forgetting the power of how we have powered the creative industry. And creative industries, because we can't ignore, we are in the creative industry.
We're in the creative space, yes.
And a lot of people, when you tell your parents, I'm singing, they're like, oh, okay, I want to be an artist. Why didn't you do something else? I want to be a fashion designer. Maybe you can do it on the side. I mean, so we're trying to show those are the new jobs and the big jobs that are there. And with Kenya Open, we literally are enabling all these talents to be showcased and, you know, marketed across, and even corporates to be able to use them. And the other part of it is also the SMEs.
Yes.
You could have a little shop here and there. We create the market for you. And this is the global market. We have our players who come to access your products, the local people who are also accessing your product, which is really, really good. And then we have our, of course, Beat the Pro, which is, it's called the Safaricom Beat the Pro, that is happening on Saturday. So how amazing is that? We had a lot of juniors who are very, very interested to come through for it. But we're not forgetting the Cadiz economy. We are having over 600 casuals that are coming in if you come now to Karen, you come from 5 a.m., you could see the queues of those who are coming in. To us, these are people who relied on $1 a day kind of, and even being able to see that. And the events industry, it's been a 48-hour, not even 24, that they've been able to sit down to set up. So whether they're putting up the tents, whether it's the music, whether the screens, and the broadcasting team that has also been there. And we are happy with, of course, the international broadcast team, laying the cables across the whole course and being able to ensure that everything actually runs, every nook and cranny is looked into. So amazing stuff, and we are open to all. We're very excited.
And I like the fact that she didn't even delve into the kind of money that these golfers are back to try and win. Of course, they're coming back. One of Africa's largest winning pots is up for grabs at the Magical Kenya Open. And we're right back with Zuhura Odhiambo, who is the PR communications and, of course, sustainability director, Magical Kenya Open. We'll actually delve into the sustainability angle just a bit more, just to, pick her brain and see how important it is, especially to Magical Kenya Open, considering everywhere around the world, indeed in this country and the government, and how important it is for us. Meanwhile, you need to cop yourself some tickets, 6,500. That is the amount for a season's ticket. Now, if you want to pick a single day because you're working and we're all trying to make ends meet, not every one of us is a golfer who's going to swing our way to over 300 million Kenya shillings, then you could pick the day you want to go. If you're going today, it'll cost you what, 1,000 shillings? Yeah. You have to add 500 to 1,500. That is tomorrow. Meanwhile, Saturday and Sunday individually, both days going at the same price, 2,500. And like I said, there's that season ticket, 6,500. It's the Magical Kenya Open, not just an event, not just a tournament. It's actually an experience, one which we want you to have. And as you heard from Zuhura, it's open to everyone. And like I said, Patelo ND, if you call me, then I am giving you a pair of tickets, because Tunanda Uko. Only catch is y'all have to stay sober until 5 p.m.
The world is coming to our backyard. The 57th Magical Kenya Open is back at the Karen Country Club from February 19th through the 22nd. This isn't just golf. It's a global stage. Witness 144 elite pros from 25 countries, including our very own Indiza and Snow, battle it out for a massive 348 million shillings. But beyond the greens, it's the vibe, the fashion, the MKO Village, the ultimate urban experience. Don't hear about it later. Secure your spot now at kenyaopen.hustlesasa.shop. The 2026 MKO. It's more than a game. And Capital FM, your best mix of music, will be your radio partner for the Magical Kenya Open. Magical Kenya Open. See you at the 19th hole. Capital Traffic and Travel.
Well, the only road I expect to see traffic on is Ngong Road as you're heading up towards Karen, okay? And that needs to be constant all through to Sunday, because all roads are leading to the Magical Kenya Open, taking place at the Karen Country Club. Oh my God, my old stomping ground. Need to tell you stories about my time there. But now here to give you stories about traffic. Outer Ring Road, delays of 10 minutes. Kangundo Road, delays of 7 minutes. North Airport Road, that is looking hectic, delays of 15 minutes. Heavy traffic across the city. Lower Kabete Road as you're coming in towards Westlands, heading down towards Westlands roundabout, that's on Wayaki Way, heading towards Kileleshwa. Kingara Road, Ngong Road that we're talking about as you're heading in towards the junction, and further down as you get to that T junction for Ring Road, Kilimani. Yes, traffic all through, delays of approximately 10 minutes across most of the roads. Let us know where you start, what's going on around you. 0701 984 984.
Capital Traffic and Travel. In Capital Newsbeat this hour.
Voting underway as LSK elects new leadership. Mandera leaders to identify land for irrigation farming after talks with Pluto, and South Korea's former president faces death penalty.
More in Capital Newsbeat. Capital Sports Update. Powered by Smart Applications International.
Hi, so good morning. It is now time to remind you that the Magical Kenya Open is currently on. I'll get to that story in just a second, but right now I want to start off with some Harambee Starlets news. It's always going to be about the Harambee Starlets because they're the only football team that could possibly shine at the World Cup. Meanwhile, we should focus, men, on rugby. But for the ladies, Harambee Starlets, y'all go. Player Diana Shakava, in fact, is hoping to make the final squad in order to go for next month's Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Diana says she is learning from the best and will be grateful to make it to that continental showpiece should she impress enough.
I'm learning from the best coaches and the best players. So na anticipate kutoka hapa nikiwa better player, na God willing nikiwa tukimekwa kikosi ya kwenda AFCON, I'll thank God for that.
Well, she really does believe she's learning from the best, and I really do believe that if she keeps going, she will be on that Kikosi. The national women's team is currently training ahead of their second appearance at the competition. Kenya professional golfers head into the 2026 Magical Kenya Open with high hopes, eager to post strong results and make history at the Karen Country Club. Now, the tournament tees off today and runs through to Sunday, bringing together top talent from across Africa and beyond for 4 days of intense competition. This year's tournament has attracted a field of 144 players from more than 25 countries, with Kenya set to be represented by 12 local pros who are eager to break the duck after a poor run on home soil in previous editions. And finally, Arsenal, in their game against Wolves, dropped another important 2 points and are now 5 points ahead of Manchester City. Disappointing display from the Gunners, who were leading by 2 goals, then just fell apart, incapable of sustaining consistently under pressure. That doesn't make sense grammatically, but neither did Arsenal's second half display at all. They are now hoping that Manchester City slip up somewhere. Well, that might happen. City is up against Newcastle on Saturday, and then Arsenal will be having to deal with the matter of the North London Derby on Sunday. So it's going to be a tough run-in, but I say this, and I say this very clearly. I am tired, extremely tired of this Arsenal nonsense. Not in the way you think, in the fact that as a parent, I hate repeating myself. And I have to repeat myself time and again to you children out there who think you know football, when I'm telling you that I assure you, Arsenal will be the champions this season. Do you hear me, children? Worry not.
Capital Sports Update. Smart Applications International. Simplifying access to healthcare, empowering you to make informed decisions.
Capital FM.
Oh, that, by the way, your outfit, is that ginger?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, so that punchline is dead. Anyway, it's
But it could be.
Capital in the Morning, Fellaris and Chiko. It can't be. Now you've completely taken that out
It
of
could
me.
be.
What is ginger, by the way? What's ginger the color?
It's ginger.
Google.
It's
you
like
see?
orange.
That's things.
Then why is it called ginger if the actual ginger that we eat is not that color?
Yo, you're making this harder for me than I anticipated it to be. Google is my friend, so while I search ginger, let me tell you about who's in studio. If you've missed it, that could be ginger.
It could be.
That's close to ginger.
It's
It's actually extremely, very likely to be ginger.
So you're dedicating that song to me?
No, I just thought it worked together.
Okay.
Ginger is a pretty dope color,
It's beautiful.
especially on hair.
It's wonderful.
Natural hair.
Oh yeah, don't please.
See
There's
there,
a story I was about to
No,
bring
no,
up,
you are.
but you know what? Because I am that person that is very discreet, I will not say it here.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
goodness. Zuhura Odhiambo is in the house, and by the way, she is that ginger? No, that's kind of.
Sounds like it's a shade of red.
It's a shade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
maroon.
ginger.
It's something.
It's a burgundy. A burgundy. So
Okay, so back to some golf, because I have no idea what just happened there. I tried really hard with the ginger part. Zuhura Odhiambo, PR, Communications and Sustainability Director, Magical Kenya Open. That's what we're talking about. I want us to talk about partners, because it's the Magical Kenya Open presented by ABSA, happening as of today through to the weekend, Sunday, and the expectations in terms of the entertainment is crazy, including Kesho, which is a big performance, but we'll get into that a bit later on. I want us to talk about, before that, and partners, how about we talk about the junior golf and how MKO is playing a part in ensuring that the future of golf in this country is in great hands.
The future of golf is definitely going to be better. We've seen it from even the journey of where we are with our pros and how they've been able to perform. But we decided to go really, really to the grassroots. First, we've demystified golf, and that's the one thing. I mean, it should be as easy as, do you have a pitch? How do I then know the 101? If you realize, even in the community schools, what's been happening is we have a lot of junior golfers who come from there. And so it's not really the perceived perspective of it. It has to just be elite. It's not. And the best part of it, it's forecast in 10, 15 years, you'll be seeing more and more junior golfers. And I talked previously about how Njoroge Kibugu was the first, to make the cut in 2022 to get in, and highly ranked, golfer. So, and that came from junior golf. So how many of those are we making? And hence the reason why it's really, really been amplified. There have been operations and conversations and partnerships that, the junior golfers have worked with across, and with the global RNA, the US kids, a lot of partners who are working with the junior golfers to ensure that they are elevating them. So that means, again, we have more and more junior golfers that are knowing the game better at a very young age. And you can imagine, maybe when I wouldn't be here or will be here, from 10 to 15 years, we're likely to really, really see that from the funnel, we have enlarged it, and we are having more pros that are developed from that. Better still, they are exposed in the context of their dreams are valid, yes, but we also ensure that we bring what they don't have to them. And as I spoke earlier, was even what we had the other day, which was a fireside chat that was done with the junior golfers, with the pros, our two former winners. So to them, they were looking at them, they didn't even want to take their eyeballs away from them, picking every bit. And you've seen even what we've shown, some testimonials that they've given on they can't just believe. First, they're normal people. Second, consistency, reputation builds reputation in the different things that they've been doing. They've learned a lot of that. And now we have opportunities. They have normally the golf clinics. I know the weather did us in the other day, but are you seeing we've prayed and we have got
it's looking
some
good,
sunshine.
finally.
So we normally have the golf clinics as well, and which then the junior golfers are taught by the pros. And then we have now the Beat the Pro that will be happening, the Safaricom Beat the Pro that will be happening on Saturday as well. So they have opportunity to get onto where they'll never have had access to give them the best. And that's one of the things that we are doing.
Absolutely, and we're grateful because I always say, look at the ones who are coming in the future and build that, and it's fantastic. And I'm glad you mentioned the weather because it looks like it's promising to be a very good weekend. So I'm grateful that you guys prayed. Msema wewe na Mama Rachel Ruto mko same subject. Naomba na mvue na mwagika na nakosa kumwagika. Hallelujah and amen to y'all. Skiza, let's talk about, I won't say the word Fellaris hates. She hates sponsorship. So let's talk about
partners.
Partners,
and
yes.
the partnership levels that how are those looking?
Yeah, so our partnership levels, first of all, we'd like to thank, of course, government to ensure that we have this tournament in country that's running across, and every year they've been supported. That's Ministry of Sports being able to believe in this tournament, and better through the private sector, because Ministry of Sports would give us money for the prize money, and we saw they gave us the 200 and we are able to also get about 700 million US dollars that is from DP World Tour to elevate and attract better players from across the world, and we really want to thank them. So really coming in through. And we can't forget that, because DP World have also been able to be good partners coming through to ensure this is done. I want to give a big up to our private sector, the sponsors. Of course, our usual, and as I told you, how do we say it? How do you call Magical Kenya? How do you call it?
Oh, Magical Kenya Open,
presented by
ABSA.
ABSA. I love that. So, of course, you've seen ABSA for years, how much they have actually been able to believe in this tournament, and they have been our presenting sponsors coming through as well. We have various partners that have been there before. We have got EABL that has been also a partner. We have got Kenya Airways, the pride of Africa, that has been able to, bring in players across, and they are bringing players here, and then thereafter they go to the Open in Joburg. Of course, we're seeing our pride of Africa being able to carry all those the different players. Of course, Sports Pesa for the first time has been able to come through also as a key partner in the sponsorship, and we want to thank them for that. We have our technology partners who are Safaricom, and of course very excited that they've been able to bring. Did you know what a cow is?
What is that?
I know this.
Educate us.
So that is on the internet connectivity. So when you go on the ground, I bet to tell it to let you know it's the connectivity. Anytime you come in and you're able to see that connectivity, it's called a cow. At least you know today.
No, we got the
so
name.
we've seen that Safaricom have been always our partners, and we have many partners who have come through. Our hydration partner like Coca-Cola, who then come in. Our title is the Wilken, that have been Avenue Healthcare, ensuring that we take care of you in all aspects and ensure that if something happened to you on the course, you have the right people taking care of you. So we have more and more partners who have come in, and many others that we are still calling to come in. Let's do it and grow this.
Here's the best part about this. I always want to ensure that someone goes and experiences that experience, which is the Magical Kenya Open presented by ABSA, right? Zuhura has been talking about those partners. So here's a quick one. Easy pair of tickets for you to win. If you can name 5 partners
They better name it now.
for the MKO
Very quickly before you forget.
right now,
Yeah.
then I'll give you a pair of tickets. 0701 984 984. Actually, do you have another pair of tickets?
I could. It depends. I could ask them a question.
All right, so the first pair of tickets is going for the 5. Give us 5 partners who have come and partnered with an experience that we cannot afford to miss. It's a Magical Kenya Open presented by ABSA. Oh, snap. There you go. So you have 1. Give me 4. All right, so 5 partners, and you'll be able to win a pair of tickets. Remember, the number is 0701 984 984. Send a WhatsApp to that line so that we can give you that one. Meanwhile, we'll work on the second pair of tickets as we think about those questions. We have 10 more minutes to go. How about we talk about just a little bit more on the sustainability? Because I think that's a big conversation. In fact, we were just Monday at Karura Forest talking about climate and sustainability.
I saw that.
And it was very...
It's never been done before. The partner right
Never
there.
have.
We're trying.
Wow.
We're trying like you guys are trying.
We never tried.
You guys are doing it, and
We're
so are
doing
we.
it.
Yeah. So
Not
here's
trying.
the thing. One of the things is there was a whole story. You remember where people were claiming Karura Forest wanajaribu kutengeneza golf course,
Oh, yes.
which I did a lot of research recently, and I found out that it's a way leave, which means there are pipeline needs under or cables, and so you're not allowed to build anything, not even trees. And so they were like, hey, you know what? How about we make it into a range where you just go and shoot? You know what happens on a range?
On a range,
It's
yeah.
not a golf course, it's just a range. And that could be used for something, and it wouldn't be wasted land. And I sat there and I was like, okay, so I was one of those people who was making noise. But you can see the importance of environment and sports, even golf, Karura, looking at golf. So this is vital and magical for MKO as well.
Yes.
How important is this initiative?
It is, and if you look at our sustainability, first of all, thank you and congratulations for having the first panel done at Karura. I always say, and
Grateful.
being back
Thank
home,
you.
capital always imitated, never duplicated. So I'm happy that
Clock it.
you see that tagline, right? I could say it to clients day in, day out, and they're like, oh my God, I want to be on capital. So I encourage you to still be there. But you look at it on sustainability. First of all, think about just the golf course, how much it takes to maintain it. Maybe some people just think it's grass. It's not just grass. But you know what is expected. We have waters, we have the trees. To cut a tree calls for a very large committee to make a decision and being able to analyze because of what it just does to enable the golf course stay where they are. So first of all, working with amazing agronomists to be able to ensure it is maintained and also put to the standards of what's required to be able to be an international golf course. And we do not do anything. The birds that we have that are on the trees across different, in fact, one of the opens, we had somebody who came in, they only just wanted to film birds.
Wow.
And Kenya had like this different species of birds, and that was such a big story, and it's such a good story to be able to show how much more we are conservative. I know when we were at Muthaiga, we were literally close to Kenya forests, KFS, and we were literally on a bigger forest into that, but that also is seen at Karen and what we're doing across that. But better still also is to see some of the sustainability things we've done. Even as I mentioned, the hydration partners, we would not find our plastic bottle being used by the players. They're carrying in their bottles. They're able to have their hydration stations, refill their water, and be able to walk through. And that we are pushing in under our Going Green umbrella. So those are conversations that are on across and being able to see what wastage, being able to work with the different hospitality partners and now the current country club, and even how they're dealing with their waste, their wasteful food, how we're able to identify what color of bean, what do you put here? I mean, little things that we look into that goes across, and even food that remains, where does it go to? Who's given this food to ensure that, we are ensuring nothing goes to wastage. Then we have, of course, the trees that we are planting. We planted when we were last time in Muthaiga for the primary school. We are doing it again. So we do the fruity trees, and we also have the indigenous trees that would actually help these students. They can sit under a tree for the shade and eat a fruit. You can imagine what that is, but also to teach them so that all of them are ambassadors to be able to work with the environment across. But we come to many other sustainability aspects that we have. First, knowledge exchange. They say we're getting old, and old people have a tendency of going. But then, how ready are we to hand over the baton? How ready are we to bring in the best players? And this is why we have the initiative that we are doing with the learning institutions.
Yes.
That is the universities. So even this morning, after this, headed to Boma. Shout out Boma. Listen to me as a marketer, right? So we'll be going there to interact with the students and the team from DP World Tour. What happens, we go in and have a knowledge exchange with our hospitality, event management, the engineers, sports tourism students, to let them know what's the future of careers. What are they looking at? Everything is not brick and mortar anymore.
Correct.
I mean, opportunities are, you look at the different career elements that happen. Right now, we need IT teams, we need medical doctors, we need different people, the agronomists. There is so much of careers within golf, but also within hospitality. It doesn't have to be in a brick and mortar room. We take events out there. Look at where was HSBC? Wasn't it out there? So we do that, and they get this knowledge. Ask every question. Better still, they choose the best, not the best, just the lucky ones who come on the ground to be able to see how and what it takes to do that kind of an event. So you go through the broadcasting team. They're able to see from the players' lounge what happens, what kind of food are they cooked for, because it's not your usual nyama choma and ugali right there. And I didn't say that was bad. This is for the pros. But then they learn. Some of them could come out and say, you know what, I just deal with food. I'm a chef for food for sports people. And you're like, wow, where did that come from? But before we didn't know. We just said peleka CV. Serena anachukua watu ama. So we have a lot of all those people who we need to show the future of that. And what about technology? Tech, we're using it across, even to be able to learn the course, being able to understand the geospatial data, understanding how the course sits, what happened, where the water elements, all those are opportunities within golf that are out there. So we are happy that we'll be doing that tomorrow. We are doing Technical University of Kenya. We'll be able to also visit them, and then they come on the ground to see. And last year we did USIU Strathmore, we've done Italy. So every year it's part of putting them out there and being able to know what is around them. And I talked about the St. Mary's School. Guys, I would ask you to come, be part of it, and be able to give desks to these students, be able to give stationery, a lot more. They want to hear from you. Be able to paint, thanking Hamosa for being able to paint up the school for us, and a lot of things that we're doing for the community, for the little students.
It's just brilliant to listen to, from career opportunities for the upcoming generation all the way to providing for the less fortunate or students who need help, building communities, not to mention sustainability. Everyone is playing a part in building the future of this country, and Magical Kenya Open, presented by ABSA, is no exception. And we're very honored to have you here. Sad thing is, we're running out of time, Zuhura, and we still have two pairs of tickets to give away. And the answers came in thick and fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Leon Baria was very quick with it, saying that, listen, Capital FM, partners, DP World, Absa Bank, Sport Pesa, Safaricom, Coca-Cola. Then he says, name is Leonard Mbaria. I want the tickets. Capital FM, of course, as media partner, just threw in that extra one there. And then
They knew what they were doing.
yeah, Askia Zuhura anasema, and the nation as well. We're not gonna sell them.
We work well.
Tuambie nation wako huko wajitangaze wako na radio station yao. Wewe acha wewe. There's also no, but nation as well. Absolute love. Cecile has also sent in top of the morning Fellaris, Zuhura. MKO partners are ABSA, Safaricom, NTV, Sport Pesa, and KBL. So we're not giving her. Obviously, I'm joking. But yeah, so many others. I'm seeing Limo also coming in and talking about Kenya Tourism Board. There's one, because it's a big thing for local tourism, sports tourism, right? We didn't even get time to delve into that conversation at all. That's a nice one. The ABL, Kenya Airways, Sport Pesa, Safaricom, Kenya government, and this one coming in from Tony Washira, who also wants that ticket. And more. He even gets said, greeting, lovelies. Distinguished guest.
Oh, wow.
Kenya Open partner, Absa Coca. Yeah, I'm telling you, Pride of Africa. Need young man to interact with all these sports. So he's a young gentleman who wants to go. No, it's Nemo who wants to go with her son. Missed out on Nemo. I was just told by one of our salesperson at the rugby. Someone came here and was like, you told her to come and say hi. She had braces. That's what Jared, our marketing guy, could remember her by. Braces. But yes, and then there's a final message here also from AJ, who won yesterday. But yes, still trying to get even more tickets, because everyone wants to go with their friends and families. Now, we don't
We're
have
dropping
time.
it like it's hot.
I'm telling you, and indeed it is hot. It's not like we have time for both pairs, for a different question for the other pair of tickets. So what do you say we pick from these? First and foremost, the first one to answer has got to receive it.
Yes,
and that will be Leonard Mbaria, who said, I want those tickets, so he gets. And then, what do you want? There was a guy, I will give you the scenarios. There was a guy here called Gatu Kirubi. He tried yesterday and was a bit too late. Or we can do this whole gender balance thing that you guys are always dying
very
for.
important.
Very, very important.
It's very important, huh?
Yes.
I'm in studio talking about MKO with two ladies. There's no gender balance here.
But we have
Davis and Charles.
Come on. Yeah,
Yeah,
Davis
they're
and
quiet.
Charles.
They're barely saying a thing. All right. So okay. So I will allow you to pick, because the only lady who came through is Nemo, and she won rugby tickets already. So what do you think? This is your call.
It's still
Zuhura.
the only lady who came. I mean, and from a gender balance perspective, yes, let's give the first and give Nemo. But again, there are many interactions that are happening. I think also on the digital platform, tickets that are going on.
Absolutely.
Asking many questions. If somebody had answered who are some of the five, I would have thrown this to them. Who are some of the five previous winners that are actually listed?
All right, so let's do this.
Yes.
Zuhura has just given you, because of mentioning the partners, a pair of tickets, right? But the second pair of tickets, what we're not going to do is just hand it to anyone here. We're going to wait for the first person as we say goodbye to Zuhura Odhiambo, who is the PR, communications, and of course sustainability director at Magical Kenya Open, which is happening today. The Magical Kenya Open 2026, presented by ABSA, is happening. Started off today, and if you can name the give us five previous winners, then you win yourself a pair of tickets, who are playing, by the way, not just randomly, but who are back looking for that over 300 million shilling grand prize.
Yes.
Do that, and we'll give you a pair of tickets. 0701-984-984 is the number you will be sending that message to. Meanwhile, thank you very much,
Welcome.
Zuhura. It's always a
Anytime.
pleasure to hang out
Anytime.
with you.
Hope to see you guys.
Most
Are you doing
definitely.
your Friday flights right there on the course?
This is
there's a
where
good
we're
idea. I
crossing
can
our
tell you
fingers
that
that we're
Saturday
gonna
Music
be
and Sports will
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
be there
definitely.
at the ABSA tent.
Yes,
So
yeah.
we'll be
You
looking
had to
forward
say
to
that,
seeing
right?
you. Yeah, we'll be there at the ABSA tent. So we'll be looking forward
Yeah,
to
definitely.
seeing you
And
there.
yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll be looking forward to seeing your quick answer. 5 previous winners currently playing at the Magical Kenya Open presented by ABSA 2026. Good morning.
Someone shows up or calls, offering to assist you on your